Friends, I have important news. Have you heard about the new member of your family? Well, Fluent Launcher. I understand. This is news for you. Oh, hi, how long have you been here? You know what? Let's continue our conversation in a more comfortable environment. Let me share with you an interesting fact. There are many launchers in the world of Minecraft, and a significant part of their creators are from Russia. If you look at the functionality of some popular launchers, for example, take the K Launcher, T Launcher and Legacy Launcher, you can see that their interface and capabilities are somewhat outdated, and updates are infrequent. On the other hand, Chinese launchers offer something more exciting. Firstly, many developers strive for open source code and increased security. Secondly, their functionality is often more diverse and interesting. But before we dive into the review of a specific launcher, I would like to make an important note. Let's start with the fact that the launcher we are going to talk about is the result of the work of a whole team of professionals. Why professionals? Let me explain. Meet X Studio. Initially, they were engaged in hosting, but then decided to focus on creating their own launcher. Luckily for users, they posted their project on GitHub, received the necessary certification and even placed it in the Microsoft Store. This means that you can be sure of the product's security. Let's now take a closer look at the launcher and evaluate its capabilities. Here, for example, is the launcher itself. To prove that it really exists, it just has a strange-looking name. But, unfortunately, this is the only certificate they could give them. Here, there are already 73 ratings. Click Get. And wait a couple of minutes for it to install. If the Microsoft Store isn't working for you, you can simply download the APX version through the website. Great, we've launched the launcher and the first setup is already waiting for us. First, the languages. We have English, we have Russian, we have regular Chinese, but we also have traditional Chinese. This is Taiwan, in simple terms, but we need Russian. Next comes the Minecraft folder, and here we need to select the folder in which we will save everything. We can either find this folder with Minecraft, or add it. Next comes Java. And Java is, first of all, the most important thing, because without it you won't be able to launch Minecraft itself. And I'll tell you in advance, if you don't have Java, you can download it. But where to download it from? My repository will help you with this. There I described in detail each site and its information. If anyone is interested in where to download it from, the link is in the description. Oh, and for this you need to put a like, because the information is really so useful. But I already have these paths, so I won't learn. But by the way, you can click and search, and it will find all this on your computer. Next are the accounts. You need to add at least one to start the game itself. We have an option either to use it officially, that is, there is even a site, or we can use the following systems. For example, Little Skin. This is the first system in which you can be offered to live, or a pirated version. And again we press Next. Everything is ready. Oh, by the way, we need to close. Oh, okay, it will close itself. Press Start Using. And we are greeted by the launcher itself. And for now the table is empty, that's just how it will be. You know, there should be some photo here, but it's just not there. But there is. This. And we are greeted by the desktop. And here is the version that I already have installed. But I'll show you how to choose it later. And also the account itself. But we are clearly not interested in this. If we click here. Here we are greeted by cores, download resources, Minecraft news, blah blah blah. Let's get down to business. At first, you will be offered that you do not have a core. And you need to download it. And it will transfer you here. And here, well again, I have everything installed, so I don't bother with it, but I'll show it anyway. You can either import a mod pack if you need to, or install the core. So we click Install Core. Oh, by the way, if you have this crap that's showing up for me now, just restart the launcher. It's a small bug. Click Cores again, Install Core. And that's it, we have snapshots, there, releases. Well, let's take, for example, release, for example, 1.20.4. We click on it, and we're already offered the following: NeoForge, Regular Forge, Optifine, Fabric, and Qt. For those who don't understand what to install, who you can and can't do it with, here everything is written in plain language for you. For example, NeoForge is not compatible with Forge, Factory and Kilt, and some versions are compatible with Optifite. That is, it is not a fact that if you do this now, that it will launch all this, and your version is already selected for you. Therefore, we simply click Next. The core, that is, the name, we can leave as is. Well, we can leave the name here too. And core independence. You can, of course, leave the checkbox, but you can also uncheck it, but I will leave the checkbox. This will be easier for both us. Well, then you will be offered the API and OptiFabric factories, but you can just ignore them. And wait for the installation. Well, while we wait for the installation, I will show you what else is there. Downloading resources. Here is the page itself, where you can download the same snapshots, but we are interested in the resources of Kurt Foggia and Modrons. It seems like there are few mods, but if we click search more, we will get a whole list. Wow, it seems beautiful, right? But the question is, where is the search engine? It seems like there is no search engine here on the side and not here. Maybe you need to open it somehow, maybe here somewhere. Oh no, that's how it was. The search engine has been here all this time, that is, above us. For example, I need the Blockbuster mod, such an interesting mod that I have used more than once. Please, it will show you all this by sources. If you need information, click on it. And you can either open it in a browser to study it, or download it right away. If I click download, it will offer which versions can be downloaded. And also install this mod for the currently selected version or download it to the specified location. By the way, this is even useful. And we can also choose like this. In short, we can configure it as we want. This will be our right. Then launch the tasks. This will show you what tasks you have running now, but I have 0 so far, so it doesn't make sense. Well, here it is approximately. Then task loading. Again, the same, here everything is demonstrated, shown. Well, again, the usual task manager, but the settings are a little more interesting. As I already said, you can use the same folder for Minecraft, activate it, if suddenly you, for example, if you use some other disk, well, not the one like mine, which needs to be inserted and set up all the time, then, for example, I'll pull it out. Windows saw it, but the launcher didn't. But after some time, the launcher won't be able to use it. But as soon as you insert it, I'll upset you a little. This launcher won't be able to use this disk anymore. You need to click on it, activate it. But for some reason it didn't turn off for me, that's strange. But that's not important. You can also import the Minecraft data folder. Again, if you had one. Java version is the same here. You can choose which version you need and which you don't. Or you can click on search and it will search for the required Java for you. But I only have 3 versions, my favorites, which I use often. You can also use automatic selection of Java runtime. It is better to leave this. But also automatically set memory for Java runtime. This only concerns RAM if you have a lot of it. Then there is no point in leaving the launcher ticked for you. Well, then independence. You yourself can read here perfectly well. Full screens, server address, window name, but we are not interested in this. Next are account settings. We can also update or add more. Again, we have options, either Microsoft, or another little skin, or another pirated one. I say in advance that you can't, once again, you can't install a skin on a pirated system. You can't. But you can install it on Little Skin, or on a Microsoft system. And here you can also manage skins and capes. Or we can also open this skin in Explorer. Current download sources. And again, let me remind you, it was made by a whole Chinese studio. And we have 2 options, either Mojang or BNCL. Well, I'm telling you straight, Mojang is global, except for China, Japan, Korea and a couple more countries that I can't say because the information is not complete yet. But BNCL is already China. Oh, and for the Japanese too. I would leave the maximum number of threads by default, that is, as is. That's better to leave it like this. Well, and the appearance settings. There, in theory, is nothing so serious here. Well, that is, a theme is a theme. You can set it to color, or dark. Change the color. Oh, by the way, it adapts to Windows. That is, I have red on the view by default. Well, I don't like it, in my opinion, very much. That's why. Where was it? What? Right, we change it ourselves. That is, you can have a palette like this. For example, I'll use this palette. Bam. You can even adjust it like this, if you don't feel comfortable. And that's it. It will set it for you automatically. You can also choose either a solid background color, but by the way, it doesn't work right away, or a background image, but I'll set the background image myself now. Wait a second. Here you go, I just installed it with the background. Yes, I passed out because I need to restart the launcher. This is such an important detail. But it doesn't matter. And the last and most important thing is the information about this launcher itself. By the way, you can change the language, again everything is by default. Here is information about the release version itself, which we are currently using, the most. The source code itself, a statement that they do not belong to Mojang Studio, and information about the copyrights and licenses themselves. Formally, the launcher is open, but God forbid you take their code and rewrite it, then you are violating their rights. That is, you have just violated their rights, which if you stole the code from them, you will be guilty of everything, just like that. Special thanks. Who, I wonder, are we grateful to? Only to the creator of BMC. Bro, we all respect you. If it weren't for you, piracy would not have existed for a long time. By the way, Minecraft seems to have downloaded for us. Again, we are double checking the downloads, everything seems to be okay. Click here and what do we see? NeoForge. But there is also a release version. This will be the case anyway. Click on it, OptiFabric and launch Minecraft. And we see an interesting error. We should have the 17th version of Java, and I, like an idiot, did not download it. But I do not want to download it right during the video, so we will launch the one that will crash perfectly for me. And here is a slightly different error, if I demonstrate it to you now. There should be 21st here, but like an idiot again I took the 22nd version. But there is no point in launching Minecraft, it will launch anyway. But that's all that is in the launcher itself. It is small, but it is very safe. That is, it is in the Microsoft Store, that is, with a certificate, a serious certificate. And the certificate, maybe few can get it. And this launcher got it. That is, they are formally a company. A normal company. Not like T-Launcher and not like Key-Launcher. They don't have some cruel company. They made a product that is fully available on the official source. So here is the real launcher in front of you. So, if anything, it's a great alternative. But let's move on to the end. I hope this launcher interested you. It is important to keep up with new developments and choose quality products for playing Minecraft. If you want to discuss this topic in more detail, join our groups in Telegram and Discord. We are always glad to have new participants and interesting discussions. With that, let me say goodbye. Thank you for being with us until the end. Until next time, until new adventures and exciting discoveries in the world of Minecraft. Goodbye. Bye-bye.